Good morning, it's me, the classiest Minecraft YouTuber, fully suited up for you, yet again. In our most previous adventures, we headed off to the end. But wait, there's more. We didn't just go to the end, we completely eradicated an entire species from existence. When you put it like that, this sounds bad. Slightly bad. Not good. Maybe even terrible. After taking care of what we took care of last episode, we came back over to the overworld, as you remember, and built this wonderful monument right here. This is pretty nice, but it's small. Considering the fact that, we completely removed a species from existence, and considering the fact that we have some brand new beautiful blocks to build with, today we're going to set up a build. And to set up this build, we need to survey the land. We need to take a look around at the space that I have available to build on still, and find a space that is big enough. Because what I'd like to do, in tribute to the Ender Dragon and the end adventure that we finally took on, is build a giant end temple. So, giant end temple. The problem with the base nowadays is it's getting kind of crowded. But I've got the perfect spot. From up here on the observatory deck, we'll find out pretty quickly that yes, I wasn't lying. Space is tight. In terms of open spaces around the base, the only places that I can think of are that hill back there, but I have a different idea for that. And over here, we'd have to chop down the trees, and not good. And then over here, we would never see it, which is even worse. We're out of space. we're actually out of space. Or at least that's what I thought. I thought we were completely out of space until I took a look at the horizon right over here. From the view of our wonderful skull, we can find that we have a giant plot of land off in the distance that is at the entrance to the bay. It's perfect. And so that's it. That's exactly bloody it. Let's crack on with it. I can see it now. In just like 15 minutes time, over here off in the distance of our base, we have a giant temple. But no, it's not really just like a giant temple. This is the lighthouse, the gateway to everything inside of our world. This sits at the entrance of our little bay right over here. Look at this. Anytime anybody sails in here, well, anytime they sail in here, they'll see this giant temple. And what is going on here? This temple's got to be big, and this temple's got to be tall. I also want to leave a little bit of space in front of the temple in case I want to decorate it. And so what I figured we do is we start with the corner. Yeah, pretty safe bet. Then we start with the side wall. Now, realistically, for this temple today, I have a little bit of a vision, but aside from a square, that's all I got. I guess it would be kind of fair to say that I'm currently inside of my vague visions for a building era. Like, I have a rough draft, and then I try and just create it. And so far, I mean, look, not to brag or anything, but so far, so good. Not bad. The sun, it sets on the first night of our beautiful temple. So we start the temple nice and strong with a square. It's going to set the tone. Then after that, what I was thinking is maybe we essentially repeat that section, but then maybe make it like get a little bit taller. So we have it go up right there. And then maybe we can do that one more time. We jumped on off of this thing. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 sections. That's one bed. And that's one beautiful, handsome looking building. That's beside the point. Anyways, 3 sections. 1, 2, 3. What I think we do is we go ahead and we basically just do it again. We go over here. This will be one more section. We'll have that go down. Then we jump back down a little bit. This is reaching towards the back side of the temple now. And then finally, running out of space over here. Finally, we have this go one more section. And that's it. That's the end of the temple. And it basically fully fits on this island. Kind of. Maybe I can move it forward, but you know what? No, we'll go with it. That's perfect. With a wonderful template like that, things are looking pretty good. However, we have a lot of land in the way. All of this land is going to need to be flattened today. On the front side of the temple, it's so simple. All we need to do is basically the same exact thing. This is going to be 6. That's 6 right there, and then that's the corner. And so we go from all the way over there, all the way to over here, all the way to over there, and then eventually all the way to over there. So, I have a challenge for this build that I didn't even talk about yet. Of course, in the last episode, we went to a whole new dimension and in turn discovered a whole new set of blocks. If this temple is in honor of the species that we so miraculously extincted, I think it is only fair that we build this temple solely out of the things that species once knew and loved. Endstone. But we don't have to just use endstone. I mean, if you think about it, it wouldn't be too far off to believe that maybe, just maybe one day when the Ender Dragon was like bored or something, it went off and explored the end a little bit, just flew out there. It has wings. It would be very easy to do. So, this thing just like flew off into the end, decided to explore a little bit, came across an end city and said, wow, those are some really, really nice bricks. So, end bricks are definitely game too, and so is purpur. Purple. Purple. Yeah, purple. Yeah, purple. We will keep purple in mind. Yeah. Anyways, gotta get rid of this hill. You know, that statue that we built in the last episode, it really stands out. That's pretty cool. Anyways, a few seconds later, after working harder than I ever have before, the land is now ready to go. But I'm not. You see, I've already used up all of the end stone that I have. And even though the temple is already looking really, really cool, gonna be big and all, I'm out of materials. So it's off to the end for us. Please be safe. Please be safe. Please be safe. Yeah, I don't think I will ever not get nervous when going into the end, even if I'm 100% sure that the platform is safe. Check this out. My current situation is inventory. It's like basically empty. The next thing I think I need to do is take a break and mine endstone. But not just mine endstone. Mine endstone until my inventory is like basically full. I guess I'll just take the endstone off from this corner of the island over here. I mean, after all, literally nobody lives here anymore, and I don't think I'll ever need this corner. It's pretty close to the void, so yeah, keep that in mind. I'll be careful. But now, it's time to mine. I'll see you in a second. And so that's it. And so, one quick trip to the end and back later, and here we have it. The fully completed base to our temple. Basically. I mean, I don't know about you, but so far, so good, I would say. I like that shaping of the temple. It definitely feels grand. It looks big. It looks strong. And even better for us, it's all cheaper from here. Every layer gets smaller. Check out how much endstone I have left. So I don't know what it is, but I have a fascination with ancient things. You know, like dinosaurs, old temples, your mother.
I got him.
I like old things. I think they're great. They're fascinating. What I think I want to do with this temple is make it like one of those ancient, like staircase to temples. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe. Maybe. And I've got a vision. This vision is a fiery, burning flame of a vision. I think for this vision, we need fire. We need fire, 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 and a little bit more fire right there. I think that'll be cool. By having the slabs a little bit higher, I think it's going to make it so we can basically only see the flame of the campfire, which will be pretty nice. So we'll come back and do that later. Then this whole staircase thing on the temple. We're going to have it staircase up, and I guess because we have like a 2x2 there, we just kind of follow the same theme, you know? Make it like 4 blocks deep. Maybe we have this go like this, and then this would be higher up. So maybe we could either do staircase right in here, or we could make it a little bit cheaper, conserve blocks. I think I like the sounds of that. Conserve blocks by doing slabs, stepping up. Yeah, that's perfect. Look, as an empath, I would like to apologize for that previous joke. Your mother is a wonderful person, I'm sure. Very, very wonderful person, and so young. Really sorry about that. I don't know what got into me. I'm sorry. So speaking of staircases and steps up, we're gonna need steps up to the top part of this temple, and I think this is where things get expensive. So first things first, I want the staircase to be 3 blocks wide. So we're gonna pick the middle 3 right there and have that go up. That's gonna be pretty cool. I think what we need to do is continue walking this up to that staircase. So maybe we just keep having this go up a little bit more, and then right here, maybe like a little bit more, and then I guess these turn into solid blocks. So back down over here to the wonderful workstation, the stonecutter staircases, 64. Ow, that hurt. That physically hurt. That pains me. That's so expensive. Alright, but anyways, the staircases, they will go up like that, and then I guess we'll follow this up on the side right there, have the, you know, like kind of walk up, guide the staircases up. Oh man, this is expensive. This really hurts. This is my revenge, isn't it? This is so painful. Actually, you know what? Matter of fact, no. I don't need to do that. I don't need to. This is expensive. Every single staircase I place, one more tier, I cry. This is staircases. So expensive. You know, one thing that I didn't think about that maybe I should have checked beforehand is the dimensions. I mean, because we're working with odd numbers, I'm sure it's gonna be fine if we like keep going up. Reverse assembling a temple from the ground up. I mean, then again, I guess that's how they all do it, right? Well, you know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. Before we get too far along, we should finish the temple a little bit more. Like, figure it out. And then all we need to do is copy what we do over here on all of the other corners. I guess the start would be pretty much copying what I did down low with the squares. So we'll do the same thing. We'll make it a 3x3 because 3x3 is perfect square. And then also, conveniently, 3x3 is going to link up with that, like pretty much perfectly. We'll pull that over to there. And then we have this awkward spot right here. So I could do maybe a 2x2 in there, like, you know, walls. Or what I could do is fill that in a little bit more and do a 1x2. Yeah, maybe 1x2. Maybe that looks better. Yeah, because if I had a 2x2, it would be blending weirdly into like the back of the staircase. We'll do 2x1. That should be good. And that's it. That will finish up the corners. I'll go back down, make a couple more walls. That'll be a solid corner. Now, all I need to do is copy that on all the other staircase parts and staircases. Don't even remind me, staircases. I guess I'll continue the bricks up, though. So I just went and checked, and from a distance, well, look, from a distance, I'm really, really happy with it, but we're also getting pretty close to finishing this thing, so I can't show you what's going on. So our next layer, the second layer out of 3, aside from these walls, it's done. With those walls in, it's time to move up to the third layer of this thing so far. So what I think I want to, that's weird. What I think I want to do is do even more fire in the corner. So imagine that invisible, oh, never mind. Imagine that block is fire again. We will copy this fire theme on every single corner of this temple. I think the fire is going to look really, really good. And we'll set the fire on, like, stone bricks. End stone bricks. We put the invisible fire block on top of the end stone brick, as you can see here. We'll start by setting that up in every corner. All right. So far, so good. Now what? Maybe we do a little bit of this. Definitely, for sure, a little bit of that, too. Yes, it's all coming along. I get the vision now. I get it. So we do just a little bit more of that right there, and then the painful part again, except this time, excitedly, I think it gets even more painful. I think I want to switch it up a little bit here with the staircases, basically spread them out a little bit more. So we do like 2 staircases right there, and then 2 staircases over here. Then behind the staircases, do the same thing. Walk the staircases up, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 more layers, and that should reach... well, that should reach the pinnacle. The view from up here is great. Look at the base. It's so cool looking. And so we walk that up a little bit more. Then maybe back here we could do like a couple slabs in here. Do something kind of cool. Make it like slant down, but at a different slant. Yes. Very scientific. Following what I just figured out on the other side, all I need to do with the floor is take it straight back. And when I take it straight back, it's going to land us right in that perfect corner. All I need to do is fill it in and then check this out. Another perfect corner spot. The temple can continue up. I'll do the staircases 1 more block. That'll be good. And this time, I think the corner is going to get really, really small too. Oh boy. I hope this looks good. During this quick little building time lapse, we will look at today's meme of the day. It's been a minute since we took a look at the memes. This meme is from a little while ago now at this point, but it's perfect because frogs. Frogs, after we take care of the end stuff, I mean, actually, now that I think about it, there's the alley too. Which comes first? The frog or the alley? I was going to say the frogs are next, but maybe not. Your Honor, that man right there in the suit. Not only did that man understand the assignment, but oh boy, that man, he completely stole the assignment. The temple, guys, I finished I fell. The temple, guys, I finished the temple and I'm so happy with it. I think it turned out pretty nicely. I mean, it almost needs maybe like staircases on the side, you know, like get up to the top of the thing. But it was kind of going for more like this whole like fortress vibe. And I don't know, the temple sitting on the horizon over there forever in our world, I think it passes. Yes, I think it passes. So, I mean, it's like, it's different. The one thing kind of throwing me off about it is maybe like the lack of staircase in the lower part. Definitely needs some final details like the fire and everything. And then the final detail, the realizing on the kick. For this final part, I know exactly what I want to do. For the best part of the temple, first things first, we need to head into the nether. And look at that, I'm already here. You see, I've got the plan. If I mess up on this part, everything is wrong. So I've got a plan, and this plan involves step 1, blackstone. We need to head down into the mines over here, specifically the spot with the ghost netherite block. Still looking for that thing to this day. For blackstone, we need a little bit of blackstone. I'm thinking maybe like a stack, 2 stacks of blackstone. Pretty simple compared to the mining that we've already done in this episode. So that's where we start. A perfect stack of blackstone or 2. There we go. Let's go back to the overworld. Back over here in the overworld, at our good old base with a new temple on the horizon, we need magenta dye. Lilac, do you give me magenta? Yes, you do. You're perfect. Lilac, I knew there was a reason I loved you. And alongside the magenta dye, we need gravel. Then we're going to need a little bit of sand too. Because magenta concrete, I think that's the first magenta concrete of the entire world. That's special. The details, the final touches on this thing are gonna be expensive. We need campfires, and not just campfires, we need like campfires on campfires. We're gonna need 16 plus 4 more, so like 20 campfires. 20 of these things. That's expensive. Also, I think birch signs. Look, it's legal to use birch, okay? I know it's terrible. It's so terrible the devs didn't even want to give it an update, right? For just this experiment, though, for just this build, though, we give it a pass. I was also thinking maybe, just maybe, on the side of this thing, a little bit of azalea too. Like, specifically the leaves. Alright, let's get back over to that temple and then finish everything up. By far, the easiest thing to finish up is going to be the campfires. We'll put campfires in all the corners like that, but I think we can do the smoke one better. See, I was thinking maybe by jumping down here and going on the inside of this thing and placing hay bales, like, a little bit randomly, like maybe like there and there, and then that's it on this one. See, I was thinking maybe by placing the hay bales kind of like randomly on this thing, we would get a little bit of variation when it comes to the height of the smoke. With the hay bales underneath this thing, we get a smoke effect kind of like that. You see, some of the smoke is really, really tall, and then shorter smoke too. I think it makes it look more cool. And just like I suspected, the smoke, the fire from this thing, it perfectly pops up over the slabs. That's exactly it. So go ahead and put the campfires in on all the other sides now. That'll be easy. Alright, a little bit higher up, the campfires are still insanely simple. What we do is we take the dirt out, put the campfire right there, and then birch signs around the campfire to make it look like it's being held in. The birch signs also have this whole illusion thing going on, where they kind of look like sandstone. Like if I were some kind of extinct species, an extinct species that didn't know any better, was completely eradicated, all in the pursuit of capitalism, sweet levels and profits, I would look at these signs and say, hey, are those the signs from good old home sweet home? The place I know and love? Maybe? Easy peasy. We do that on every single corner. We don't worry about the smoke being too tall this time because they're higher up. This one is the one that I'm a little bit more unsure about. I mean, you can never really go wrong with terraforming, but the temple looks so big and grand from a distance without any terraforming. But I was thinking leaves, like maybe a couple leaves, like, you know, piled on the ground around this thing. I'm not too sure exactly what I want to do with this island over here, so if you have any ideas, drop it down below. This could include gigantic factory for even more profit. This could include small little build, a humble build. This could include even more end-related stuff. Really, anything's game. And you know what? While we're in the business of terraforming, maybe a couple rocks too. Rocks are always good. So those are some of the decorations around this build. Now, the final part, the icing on the cake. I actually already even created a mock-up design, so I kind of have the vision here. I just need to try and successfully recreate the vision. Successfully recreate the vision? Yes, sounds easy. Sounds so easy, like piece of cake. I got a building, right? One by one, exactly recreate the design. That is complex. Complex to say the least, yeah. So let's see if I can figure this out. A little bit of black stone right there. Somewhere in here, we're gonna need a little bit of stone as well. Maybe like there. This thing is symbolic. As soon as you see this thing, you're gonna know exactly what this thing is, as long as I copy it right. Let me look. To put it this way, if this thing is a tribute to a wonderful, a great, a strong species, or once strong, once great, there's only one icon. Black wool. That's a little bit darker, right? Yeah, for sure. Alright, so far so good. I think it's coming along. Replace that with a staircase. That'll look a little bit better. Back here, on the back of the build, we're going to do this cool little stone thing that I figured out. The stone thing is pretty small. It's that shape right there, and we do the same thing on the other side. So, staircase right there, and then magenta. Now, the magenta is very important here. This is like the most important part of the build. The magenta right there, and then we do a couple more staircases in here like that. That'll be pretty cool. On top of the magenta, we do a staircase like that, and then another staircase like that, and then on the side of the magenta, because it's going to look really weird, we do a couple walls. Solid things up a little bit more, right back here, more walls. I feel like some kind of, like, Italian architect right now, trying to recreate some kind of, like, masterpiece right here. But I think I'm pulling it off. I think I'm figuring it out. Maybe we hide a torch or two inside of this thing, make it glow at nighttime. That could be cool. Finish up the wings over here with a couple more blocks, and then we're onto the back of the thing. And the back of the thing is where things get really easy. Tensions, they relax, things get a whole lot easier because the back of the thing, well, I won't see it. I can't mess up the back of the thing because I will never see it. Hey, listen, these buttons are spikes, by the way, okay? Yeah, just go with that. All right, so a couple more blackstone blocks swinging down like that, and then maybe we make it curve up just a little bit more, just in time for one more spike right there. And then finally, the end part of the tail. We'll make this curve up a little bit more, and there we go. Look at this thing. You know what this is? No? No, you can't see the build quite yet? Yeah, okay. Valid, definitely makes sense. Let's go ahead and get a view. So, I think we've done it. The perfect tribute to an ancient, extinct, wonderful species. At the same time, a symbol to a brand new beginning, a whole new dimension inside of our world. Yup. Yes. Yes, that's it. The sweet ender dragon. Oh no, it's lopsided. Okay, it's lopsided. I forgot to take off some walls, but the dragon. It's the ender dragon. That's it. I just gotta go fix it, but look at that thing off in the distance. Always forever flying now. Oh, it's beautiful. Almost as good as the real thing. It looks like a bat. It looks like I built a giant bat flying in my world, right? Yeah, kind of. Maybe. Oh, you know what? This is perfect timing. So because of the lighting that I threw all over this thing, including some subtle magenta candles, it's gonna glow at nighttime. Lopsided, slightly incorrect head. There we go. Problem solved. Remove that. Jump back down, spin around, and take a look at it in the night sky. Ominous. Hey, a trident round. Could I maybe, just maybe, buddy, you want to just get lucky and make me drop the trident. Hey, drop the trident. Okay, no, fine. The beauty, she glows, flying high in the night sky, forever. And so that's it. That's the story, the tale, the wondrous, exciting adventure. The story of how we ended up with a giant tribute to a wonderful dimension, then an even more wonderful mob inside of our survival world. This thing, like sitting on the horizon of the world, anytime we're walking over here, we have that looming in the background in the distance. It's gonna be so cool. I'm so happy with this build. Anyways, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Like for more Minecraft survival. Subscribe to become enlightened in the world of Minecraft. With a proper tribute set up to this place, I think next episode it's time to head back in. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.